have it, but we're not exercising it, and that's why I want to get out there and stir things up. Because I agree with what Madam Chair just finished talking about. I mean, an abomination to have the education and to have the political, what do you say, muscle, but we're not doing anything economically. And so I just can't wait to turn around the failing schools, to work to engage the parents and the professionals out there to turn around failing schools. I mean, Donna, it is unacceptable to me to have an affluent area, well-to-do, well-educated people, and have failing schools. Those two things don't go together. You don't get to be a failing school unless 5 years you have not met the standards.
But part of it is, if you ask me, Towson is the county seat, right?
Right.
And that's all the way in the northeast part of the county. My relatives have been out there 30, 40 years, and I don't know that they've ever been to a county council meeting, a board of education meeting. It's geographically challenged.
Well, I think we have to do what we've been talking about here today. We've got to educate people, because surely we want to be
But these are the most educated people in the greater Baltimore area.
Oh, absolutely. But listen, there was a time, when I was thinking about paying my mortgage and trying to get the money for my son's school. But thank God, because of Spellman and people like Ray Haysbert and the church, I know that I have to have an eye on being civic and watch out for what's going on. And a lot of our people have been sort of asleep. Not asleep, but we've been successful, and we haven't reached beyond that success to what I'm calling significant. I mean, we can be a premier district, and that's one of the things that I want to do, is to engage the parents, first of all. You talk about Towson. Parents in Towson wouldn't accept some of the things that we accept. We don't accept it like that. It's just because we're busy doing other things. And so I want to call some things to our attention. Look at our shopping centers. I mean, why should I have to go to White Marsh?
I was out Marshall's Plaza this weekend.
Okay.
And I'm looking at that area, the whole Brenbrook Plaza.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of empty stores. Absolutely. With a big fence around it, and it brings tears to my eyes to think of the potential. And when I think of there not really being a thorough 5-star sit-down restaurant out there, we got to go to Owings Mills or to Ricerstown to get a good restaurant. And I just don't understand it, because, again, Coach, from Baltimore to D.C., black folk have an estimated $45 billion in annual disposable income. And as we've often said on the show, when you go out Liberty Road, all we have is a beauty salon and a wheel, a rim shop.
And a lot of chicken and fish places.
And then the Pakistanis owning the hip-hop fried chicken. Everybody's benefiting off of our dollars except us, Leronia Josey.
That's going to stop.
How?
Yeah, we're going to work on
We're the number one consumer.
Oh, no, but listen, we got to have somebody who's unafraid to get in there and ask the questions and say, listen, let's keep this in the forefront of our minds and not let it lapse. I mean, we've got to have somebody dedicated to improving the 4th District, and that's what I want to do. I want to fight for the 4th. And I am unafraid. Don't have to make a name for myself, thank God. I've done pretty well in my life. So we can say, listen, we've got to do something for our children. We've got some mindset changes that we've got to embrace. One of the things that Diane mentioned, I was sitting here, I had to Velcro myself to this seat. I am having a time trying to raise money. Now, I'm talking about helping you and engaging you as a parent, as institutions to help, and you don't give me the money, where's the money going to come from?
The white guy. The Greek guy. The Italian guy and the Jewish guy.
And we got to work with all of those people, because they know a secret. They know that it takes all of that. So we have to help our people. Sometimes we over-spiritualize things. People will say to me, oh, Sugar, the Lord's going to take care of you because you've done well, blah, 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 blah. He does, but the Lord blesses the work of your hands. So people have got to get in there and work with me to bring about the changes that we need to bring about. We should cherish our children. We should cherish our seniors. We should be able to shop where we want. We have money. Donnie just told us we have money. We're spending it everywhere else. So why can't we do that? I mean, we're just coming across the border, right, from the city. All right, over.
Northwest Baltimore County, Leronia Josey, I think needs a serious communication vehicle. Somebody's got to get the word out. I mean, a lot of people don't know, for instance, that the recreation centers are right there in the schools.
Yes.
The middle schools, for instance.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't know what resources are available, as in the Liberty Road Resource Centers. Big old gym back there.
So we've got to do a better job in communicating what we have, but also we need to talk to people. People know what they want and they know what they need. I think we've been so busy planning for them that we really haven't engaged them in the process. And that's what I've been doing, trying to go around talking to people. But I mean, that's a very inefficient way of getting your message out, though.
Okay, so what's your contact information? What can people do to support you? What do they need to do? What do you need from people?
I need people to pray for me first, that I stay focused and centered. And we all talked about Mr. Haysbert and his humility and how.
Because you're gonna knock off Ken Oliver. That's your goal, right?
Oh yeah, I got to, because I got to get in that seat in order to do what I need to do. So I need people to send me a check. I don't care how much. Please, there are limits. There are limits. I don't mean that I don't want to go against the law, but send a check. Friends of Leronia Josey, 3700 Lockern Drive, Baltimore 21207, or they can go online. We talked about technology. You can go online and you can donate that way or contribute that way. I need volunteers as well, but I need people to pray for me, that we'll have a vision collectively to make that a better place for all of us, and especially for our children. We have to find more sustainable ways of living. We can't keep acting like we own the planet and it's going to end when we die, because that's not true.
So you think Ken has done a decent job, but he's kind of peaked out. It's time to take it to the next level.
What I think is, have you ever seen a race? See, these problems that we have are not problems that come overnight. So I think that he needs to pass the baton. That's what I'm saying. He did his part, and so now somebody else has to do it. You've seen those races where you hand off to somebody. So I think that I'm prepared to take that and run with it. So that means that I also know, too, that I'm not the end game in this, that at some point I'm going to have to hand this off to somebody else.
Good deal. Put your contact information out there one more time. Is there a phone number, website?
Yes. www.leroniajosey.com, 410-298-5931, and any contributions, Friends of Leronia Josey, Josey, 3700 Lockern Drive, Baltimore, Maryland 21207. Leronia Josey, fighting for the fourth. I need you, because together we can make a world of difference.